Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect episode 150. Today's date is July 10th, 2022, and I am Duds, or Duds Versus, known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I am Jimbo. You may know me as Jimbo Slice 23. And today we have a special reoccurring guest, former, a longtime friend of the show, I should say.
Former friend of the show, we broke up.
Stifflered. Yeah, I almost said former.
Yeah, I was getting ready to leave. Be the shortest.
He used to be our friend. Now he's here talking.
Hello.
It's good to have you.
Great to be here. I'm excited.
For those who may not have been listening as too long, because it's been a while, you were a part of the Void Frogs. We did a crossover episode, which was awesome.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I loved that episode. It was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Back when we were young and naive.
Yep.
Back in my day.
Yeah. We start with what have we done this week? Have you done anything interesting you'd like to share?
Me?
Yeah, you're the guest. You go first.
Oh my goodness. I forget how this guest thing works. Honestly, I have been this week doing a few different things. So I've been really getting into Blockbench.
I so want to get into Blockbench.
Oh man, it's really, really cool. And I've been learning how to take existing models and add them to my little hobby server that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but also I'm just starting to play around with creating my own models. And really, I'm just editing existing ones because I'm not that good yet. But yeah,
Yeah, gotta start somewhere.
Good practice.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. But as far as like actual gameplay goes, right, I have been exploring a new world, 1.19 world, and just wandering around. I like to explore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those types of people that walks around and loves things like the concept of an archaeology update. So I am just a walker, and I'm just walking around a world, seeing what's out there.
Nomad.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, as much as we ragged on the 1.19 release, it really is beautiful, the Caves and Cliffs update.
Yeah.
That is the one thing I think we all agree on, is that the terrain gen is beautiful. It has one too many ravines at the surface, but
yep.
The sightlines, man.
Well, and just today I ran into a warden for the very first time.
Oh, man.
Ooh.
And it was terrifying. And it was amazing. It was both terrifying and amazing at the same time. It was wonderful. So that was actually a lot of fun to me.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a game changer.
I have not run into the warden yet. The SMP is doing a warden exploration right now. I'm here doing the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with all the different terrain changes they've done, everything looks fantastic. I like exploring as well. But there's nothing better than walking into one of those huge open cave systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about it. Just being underground and it just being just this huge area. That's my favorite.
Yep.
And no, I haven't got to the Deep Dark yet. And I want to come across the warden. I think I did it like in creative, like put my guy in survival to see what it was like. But I don't think it's the same. I want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
In my survival world, see how it goes.
Well, I'll tell you, Jimbo, like the world where I found the warden today, you might actually really like, because it started off on the side of a mountain next to a frozen ocean. So we had the icebergs and stuff out there.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this big hole that opened into a lush cave that was massive. It was gorgeous.
Nice.
But then just as you go down into the lush cave, it goes straight down all the way to an ancient city.
Wow.
And it was just this massive open cave. Yeah, so
Jeez.
I was down there fighting the warden, or, running away from it. And definitely like jumped, did the elytra, shot myself up, and went straight back up out through the cave and was like, nope, I'm out of here.
That's cool, though.
Mm-hmm.
You could see clear down into there.
Yeah. I'll shoot you a screenshot over later.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
So insane.
So what have you been up to this week, Duds? That's my normal line.
Yeah, so I'm working on episode 3. I don't know if it'll come out tomorrow. I've kind of hit the stride of Monday release dates. It might be a Tuesday it comes out, mainly because I spent all weekend working on my PC. I'll get to that because I wanted to bring this up. I was watching several of the larger YouTubers this week, and I swear every single one of them said Mega Base, and it's like 7 or 8 episodes of Mega, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to put the Mega to the side. We need some small. And I literally worked on this small section next to my starter house for a few hours, just really detailing it. And it felt like a nice break because everyone's just building these large, massive builds with tons of hypercuts. I'm seeing guys with like 40 edits in 5 minutes. And it's just like, not that we're gonna do what Decoy does. I love this about Decoy. He kind of like slows the pace down, and it's Minecraft and chill. So I wanted to bring some of that to episode 3, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I literally just have to record the outro and render it, and the rendering should go better because I upgraded my CPU.
Mm-hmm.
I went from a Ryzen 7 1700X to a Ryzen 7 5800X.
Nice.
I'm really happy with it.
That's 39 more hundred, I think.
Math.
I probably did my math wrong, but...
Yeah, I was a little worried because all I did was replace the power supply and the CPU. I had slowly been updating this PC as it is, so the motherboard I had was already good for it. It was the CPU cooler that was a little worrying. It actually is a little undersized for it, but it holds on. The case fans can easily make up for that. That's why you can kind of hear them a little bit in the background right now, is because I had to crank the case fans up to compensate.
Yeah, so I actually have a 5800X. I've had it for a little while, and I love it. I think that's definitely a good improvement for you. But recently, I've been having heating issues, and so I switched to an all-in-one cooling. And not that we need to get too technical and hardware and everything.
Yeah.
But it changed everything for my CPU performance, and it feels really, really great. It was like $100 to get a all-in-one.
Yeah.
And I also have the other fans and stuff too, but it helped a lot.
Yeah, see, AIOs have always like scared me a little bit because not only do you have the aspect of the water, you have the pump could fail. And me being as oblivious as I am, I would never notice the pump failing. So I've always gone air cooled, and I do a pretty good job of creating airflow throughout the case, but I'm definitely going to have to think of something. I'm either going to go Dark Rock Pro 4, that big chunk of heatsink, or it will be an AIO come next time.
See, I have a Cooler Master.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
CPU cooler. I mean, it just fits inside of my case, but it does the trick. I've never had heating issues with my CPU. But yeah, usually the stock cooler with Ryzen does the trick pretty well.
When you get up into the size of the 58, it does not. And I can tell you why. Like, my temps right now are 39 degrees Celsius. Pretty good.
That's good. Yeah.
My roommate got the same CPU and put it in his case, and he has one of those top-down blowers. It looks a lot like the stock cooler you would get from AMD, and he couldn't get his temperatures to settle down. Like, it would ramp up to 70, 80 degrees Celsius, and then it would drop back down to 40, and then go back up. And, man, I had to rag on him because I got frustrated with it, and he just ended up quitting on it. So I woke up this morning and taking it apart, and then I realized that boy used the least amount of thermal paste I'd ever seen.
Yeah, that matters.
And one of the heating tubes that go through the block had a huge dent in it. I was like, it's not even flush with the processor. So yeah, we threw on one of the old cooling towers, and it worked real well.
It's good.
Yeah, but that's kind of it for the PC Talks. I'm hoping to do a test render tonight after the show, and episode might go up tomorrow. My last render took 52 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I wrote that time down because I want to compare it.
How long was the video?
20-something minutes, 22.
No.
You'll beat that time.
Hopefully.
You'll beat it.
Yeah, but that's my week. Jimbo, how about you? What have you done this week other than work?
Yeah, I've been away for 5 days. It was supposed to be 6 days, but we ended up for work when I was away. So we went away to do a job in another plant and a bunch of different jobs because they were shut down for July 4th. And we ended up getting everything done that we needed to a day early. So we got to leave, come home early. And right before I left to go out to do these jobs, I released an episode because I was right there. I had 3 days off before I was able to go and was able to release an episode. And I felt a little rusty with my editing, but I think it came out good. You know, I used a lot of replay mod, which is something I've been wanting to do. Today I had to work.
Yeah.
Let me just explain how I got here today. So,
well, and how we got our guest.
Yeah, right. Yesterday you mentioned, or you messaged me because I was supposed to be working like late today. And I mentioned I should be home Sunday night. And you messaged me yesterday just to clarify if we're going to need a guest. And I told you, yeah, I should be done or available Sunday night. So around lunchtime today, my boss tells me that something critical broke down at the plant, that we're probably going to be working until 3 a.m. the next day. Right? And I'm like, oh no, first thing I thought of was the show, I'm supposed to record. Duds messaged me to make sure, and I totally told him I'd be available, and here this comes up. So I messaged you back saying, yeah, I'm going to be working really late. And so we found a guest. Carl did his part, found us a guest. And then we get everything done at the other place and get to leave around, I think it was around 5:30 or so. And I was able to make the original time. And I'm like, yeah, I should be available by 7 again. And you're like, it's just back and forth. It was just back and forth all day, but I was able to make it. And yeah, I have been working a lot.
To put that in perspective, Jimbo told us he probably could make it 5 days ago. As of 2 days ago, we had our guest lined up.
Oh.
We did not take your word for it. And especially when Carl mentioned Stifler coming back on, I got super excited. So I was like, even if Jimbo can make it, we're not canceling this guest. This is too much fun.
No. Yeah, if we have a guest, definitely.
Well, let me tell you real quick how Carl did this, okay? How Carl approached me, because this is...
Oh, yes.
Yes, your side of it.
Yeah, this is important. So he messaged me, right? And he's like, hey, Stiff, how you doing? Blah, 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 all that. The nice pleasantries and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Carl says, hey, we've got episode number 150 coming up. It's a big episode. And I was like, wow, this is super exciting. They're going to ask me to join and be a guest on the episode. And he's like pumping it up, talking about how exciting it is and everything. And then he says, like, do you think you could help me get in touch with this person to have them on as a guest? And then he gives me a whole list of other people. And I'm just like, no, I'm sorry. I don't know that person, And finally he's like, all right, well, like, can you join? I was like, yeah, that'd be great. I'm just kidding. He didn't really do that.
Oh, that'd been so funny.
Yeah.
Kinda.
No, he was nice. I'm excited to be here, and I'm glad that it all worked out because I like talking with you, Jimbo. I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah, I would have hated to miss something like this,
Especially because Jimbo didn't know who the guest was.
Yeah, I didn't know till an hour or so ago.
Yep. Got to hold the cards close to the chest just in case.
Yeah.
You might as well just line a guest up every week, just in case. Just line them up.
Hopefully not. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's not easy. Definitely not easy.
No, I come with demands. I do not make it easy.
Oh.
I think we have to say void frogs 3 times in this episode.
There's one.
That one doesn't count.
What?
Oh, man. All right, but let's hop into some news because there is a little bit of news, even though it's the same news we've been talking about for a while now. We got pre-release 4, and it's all about the player reporting chat. I think I have a video linked, I do, for Carl to put in the thing. I can't remember where I found this video earlier this morning. may have been you, Stifler,
Uh-huh.
that posted it on Twitter, but it does a really good job going into detail what exactly the chat reporting and everything is about. It eased a bit of my concerns. I still think someone's going to get banned incorrectly, but hopefully with humans behind the wheel, not bots, it could be overturned and corrected.
Yeah. There are actually, quick thing is that there's pre-release 5 has come out.
Did this come out like while I was at dinner or something?
If you go to the pre-release 4 page, and I'll just send you this link.
I have pre-release 4 in my notes.
There's the link. If you bring up that page, it says we've now released pre-release 5 to fix a few more bugs.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, wow.
So, new news. Pre-release 5 has been released.
Oh, man.
Great.
What bugs? Let's see. Oh, it's actually some bugs not relating to chat.
Yep. Yeah, we're doing this live, folks.
Yep. Live update. But one issue we've been having on the server, I don't know, I can't remember if they mentioned them fixing it yet for the next release. How our zombie villagers, or villagers you turn into zombies, once converted back to villagers, you trade with them a few times and they're locked up forever. Can't trade with them.
That's a bug that's fixed for 1.19.1. It was like one of the first pre-releases to get fixed.
Okay.
But yeah, we're still waiting on it. This is one of the reasons I kind of wanted the chat to be its own separate thing, because we do have bugs like that waiting.
Right.
And it feels like the chat's taking the priority. It's like, we can do that separate. There can be a 1.19.2 with the chat.
Well, I have to put my foot in my mouth now. I failed. The link that I just sent to you and the article I was looking at is for 1.19 pre-release 5. We're on 1.19.1.
Aha!
I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, it would not be a Withering Effect episode without foot in mouth somewhere.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so to dash your hopes, pre-release 5 is not out, and pre-release 4 is focused on chat reporting.
Okay.
I was looking at all the bugs too.
I was too.
What did they fix?
I was like, I thought they fixed this before.
Just don't believe anything I say for the rest of this talk.
Yeah, chat stuff. A lot of misconceptions out there, especially around the profanity filter. The profanity filter is only dealing with Bedrock and Realms, from what I understand.
That's correct.
And obviously those are Mojang properties, so they can do with Realms what they please, because that's all under their umbrella. Now, third-party servers is strictly player reporting. They're not watching your chat. They don't have bots sifting through your chat. You specifically, as a player, have to tell Mojang, Jimbo's being naughty.
Yep.
Yeah, don't tell Mojang that.
And then you have to prove it in chat by sending the chat links where he is naughty. And then on top of what you tell Mojang Jimbo has said, the report comes with the context around what those, I think it was 4 instances that you choose.
Yeah, so you select up to 4 messages that can be included, and I believe that the number right now is 7 messages before and 2 messages after the reported message are also included in that report.
Yeah, which makes me feel better, because 4 messages by themselves can be taken out of context pretty easily. The only thing I can see that will cause an issue is proximity chat mod. And someone talking to another person, and the other person doesn't have a mic, and they're typing, and they might type something that comes off as, I guess, extreme, because it really has to be an extreme situation to get any kind of ban. And all the bans aren't permanent like I originally thought. There are temporary bans.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I'll be honest. I'm very vocal about my opinions and understanding of this whole situation. So I'm happy to go into that. I will resist as much as I possibly can. But kind of on a couple of the points that you made, I think like proximity chat is definitely an important thing to consider. And It doesn't even have to be proximity chat. It could just be Discord. If people are in Discord and they're in voice chat, but one person is just listening in.
That's true too.
So what other games do, and I will put the disclaimer out there that I work in this space. So I actually work for a company called GamerSafer, and we make this exact type of tool. Okay, so let me put that disclaimer there first so that everybody is aware. But what other games do is like Roblox, for example, they have a voice chat feature, but they require you to verify your identity. And now how Roblox does that is they actually have you scan your ID. You have to send your ID to Roblox and verify your age, etc., before you can get access to their spatial voice feature. Other games also do that sort of thing. And that's what my company does, is we make safety tech and identity verification for video games, multiplayer games. Now, we don't do, the same exact thing as Roblox. We have our own implementations. Mm-hmm. But, that's the disclaimer. But basically, looking at that sort of thing, I think there are things where servers might want to make sure that, if something is happening on the server, their moderation teams should be active watching, right?
Yeah.
Even if they're not in the voice, like the proximity chat or anything like that, like they're just being aware of what's being said. A lot of server owners that I've talked to have said if one of their players gets falsely reported, they will help that player appeal to Mojang and provide all of the server logs and everything to help prove that person was falsely banned or falsely reported. So, I think that's an important thing to consider.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, kind of on what you were saying about if these messages are being sent and they are taken a little bit out of context or a lot out of context and they sound really bad. Mojang, I think it's pretty clear to me at the moment from reading their articles, their FAQ, their blog post, all of this stuff, that they aren't going to ban people unless there is enough context to prove without any doubt that the person has committed a severe harm. And severe harms are not profanity. Severe harms are, doxing,
threats.
Real violent threats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or plenty of other terrible things that we don't need a list. But yeah, it's so if there's just a few messages that are taken out of context and sent to Mojang and it doesn't really fit anything super well, it doesn't seem to me like Mojang is going to do anything.
Right.
That's debatable because we won't know until it happens.
Yeah, it's very much a wait and see area right now.
Yep.
My biggest worry was it was a bot running the show and that there's going to be people who try to fix the bots behind the scenes. It seems like I hope it's not one guy in a closet having to read through all of these reports.
Yeah.
Because especially early on, they're going to be trolls testing this system.
Yep.
Sending in hundreds of reports.
And a lot of people gotten banned already, right?
No,
nobody has.
Nobody. Okay.
It hasn't been implemented yet.
All right. I don't know where I heard that. I must have made it up.
Yeah. Stop spreading misinfo, Jimbo. No, there's it won't be implemented until after 1.19.1 is out publicly. And again, from what I understand, these things won't even be enforced for a while. So it'll be out there and Mojang is going to see how the system is working, what's happening. They'll make tweaks, maybe a 1.19.2, all of that. And then they will start taking action and enforcing these community guidelines that they have. It will definitely be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
And on the false report thing, they did also say that people who are caught false reporting will be banned, right? So
that's definitely needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people who are talking about this, I'm making a mod so that you can falsely report people. And I'm like, excellent. I can't wait to report you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Think we're good for the news? We got our chatted out?
Yeah.
Let's see. Was there anything else really important with chat? Can I put a PSA out there real quick?
Go for it.
Sure.
So I know of some of these modders that are making these false report mods or the disabling chat reporting mods. First of all, if you install a disable chat signing mod, you might not be able to join a lot of servers because they can enforce it. So you're basically banning yourself. You're shooting yourself in the foot. But like some of the mod developers as a PSA are known to have intentionally pushed malware to people that would take control of their computers and even their cameras, webcams, to try and harm those people. So like, don't install these mods, okay? Like there is the type of people, not all of them, I'm not saying all of them are this type of person, but I know specifically a few of them that have sent malware in the past to other people, and I would not be surprised if it ended up finding out that their mods that they're distributing about all of this also include some malware. So PSA, don't install those mods.
Yeah.
Unless you're really, really sure of it.
Yeah, be careful, for sure.
All right, let's get into some brighter news. We got some listener comments. Jimbo, I'll let you read yours first, because this one's a fun one.
Yeah, we have one from JesseW. Hi, question. Do you think Minecraft will ever get different kinds of dogs? Cats got different breeds and wild ocelot variant. But dogs? Come on, give me a Great Dane I can ride while it wears full netherite. Okay, that's a bit much, but besides that, I want more dogs. End quote.
Yes.
Yeah, the full netherite Great Dane is pushing it. Definitely pushing it there.
Can't even get full netherite horse, let alone a Great Dane.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even get full netherite armor myself. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I think we've been asking for new dog variants for a long time on the show. Long time.
Honestly, I think it's just finding the update it fits. Honestly, it probably could have fit in this update with the wild update. It would have brought a little bit more wild to the wild update. But also, it's figuring out how to handle the fact that dogs in Minecraft aren't dogs, they're wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, Minecraft always teeters on this wanting to teach kids about real life problems and issues, but at the same time, doing the complete opposite. Like, no one in real life should go up and try to pet a wolf.
Right.
That thing will eat you, and it's probably bigger than you.
It doesn't want your bone. It's probably going to bite.
Yeah, it is not the size of your mama's poodle.
Well, to be fair, the wolf mechanic was added in many years ago, so maybe they've had a change of heart recently.
Yeah, exactly.
Or feeding parrots cookies. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Not a good thing.
But I would love dogs. I could see where coloring the bandana could give you a different breed.
You can do that. Oh, no, you can't do that. You can color the bandana. That's where I stopped listening to you. You cannot color a bandana to get a different breed, but that's a cool idea.
Yeah, it is a way to distinguish.
Well, I'm sure there's a texture pack or data pack out there now that could probably do it.
I think there is. I think I saw that. But I couldn't see, like, back in the day, if you wanted a cat, you would just, you would friend an ocelot. That's how you would get it. Now they're, a summon?
Mm-hmm.
No, they spawn in villages. Summon, a spawn.
Yeah.
I think dogs should be the same. You know, you wouldn't just tame a wolf to get a different breed of dog. You know, what breed am I going to get with this tame wolf? That just wouldn't make much sense. But maybe have dogs spawn in with villages, just like cats. Or maybe pillagers, you know, in outposts. Maybe there's dogs running around.
Maybe. I could see different biomes having different breeds of dogs.
Yeah.
That could be a fun, because that would get you to explore and travel more too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as of right now, they're only in like forests.
Taigas.
Mainly taigas.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're not everywhere.
I'd love to put my dog in the game.
What kind of dog you got?
So, a little funny off-tangent story. I thought that he was a Schnauzer Yorkie for his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had him now for 11 years, and I've always called him a Schnauzer Yorkie. And I found out, like a month and a half ago, I posted a picture of him on Twitter, and somebody said, "Is your dog a cairn?" I was like, I've never heard of a cairn in my entire life. What is this?
No, me neither.
Yeah, he's a cairn. He is totally a cairn. I have been blown away, and he he's had a bit of an attitude since then.
You took the whole identity away from him.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And Leah, my fiance, she said she thinks you called him a Karen, and he's mad. No, he's a Cairn, and I'm kind of blown away by that. So anyway, yes, he's a little tiny black Cairn, which is the same dog as Toto from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Usually, all the cats on the game are the same sizes, but dogs vary pretty much. So, be cool to even have different sizes. That'd be a first.
There's a cool mod out there that does it. I played with a while back. Did a little YouTube thing with it with a few people. Have different size dogs and breeds and everything. It was a lot of fun. Just a ton of fun. And you still had wolves too.
With you learning block bench, you could go ahead and get your dog in the game.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
There you go.
You're brilliant.
It's something good to work on.
Now we know the first mob you're working on.
A Karen. A Karen.
We have another comment from Xenith, and they say, do you think it's possible 120 could be a combat and inventory update? They were working on experimental combat snapshots during development of 116 and seem to have stopped, at least publicly, during the Caves and Cliffs update cycle, 117 through 119. It would give them a chance to catch up and perhaps add bundles in along with archaeology while still keeping things exciting with the combat portion. We need an inventory update, that's for sure. I really liked what I saw from the combat update when they were putting videos. Jeb was working on it, putting videos and stuff out on it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a nice middle ground from all the people who go, I'm not updating to 1.9 because I can't spam click. So, okay. Yeah. And now I've got like hordes of people typing in the chat right now. Duds is mean. I like the 1.9 update. I feel it brings a little bit of strategy. It is still just Minecraft, but the pulling your shield up to block and then getting a good swipe in, choosing an axe over a sword, these are all things that I think is great. But the combat update looked like a really good middle ground for everyone. I want it, but I also want an inventory update. But is it possible? Yes. Will it be? I'm going to go 10% chance it's combat and inventory update.
Yeah, there could be something here. Like there's so many things that we've been promised or that we've been shown, not technically promised, but we've been shown that they've taken out. Like they mentioned the archaeology as well. Be nice to just throw a bunch of those things that they've been working on that have gotten perfected. I can't say perfected. That's a stretch, but polished a little bit and then give us all those that we've been missing.
Call it the leftovers update.
The leftovers.
I was just about to say the unfinished business update.
The plan B.
Oh no.
Jimbo, you can't say plan B during these times.
I can't.
We're going to get flagged.
Oh, okay.
Alabama is having a fit.
Everybody's having a fit. Everybody.
Jeez.
Actually, there is one a fit. If you don't mind, I'd like to talk about a little bit here.
No, have at it.
Okay.
So Minecraft. Well, okay, let's think about this. Okay, we know that chat reporting has been a big controversy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's set that aside. We also know that combat update has been a big controversy.
Yes.
So, like when we hear people talk about combat update, we hear things like a statement I just heard earlier today. Most Minecraft servers still run on 1.8, right?
Most.
I hear that all the time.
I hear it a lot too. I always find it hard to believe, but I do hear it a lot.
Yeah, so I am actually looking at stats right now from software called BStats. BStats is included with a lot of plugins that are installed on most servers. So currently, it is tracking about 200,000 servers. That's a lot of servers.
A lot of servers.
Yeah, it is.
And I can see, as long as the servers have BStats on there, if they have installed a plugin that has BStats enabled, they haven't disabled it, I can see the version that's used for all of these servers. Do you have any guesses Jimbo, I want to start with you. What percentage of servers do you think use 1.8?
70.
All right. Duds?
I'm going 15.
Wow, it's a big difference for mine.
Yeah, huge difference. And you're both wrong. The truth is, looking at this, 1.8.8 is on 6.5% of all servers.
Well, I was a lot closer, Jim.
Yeah, I was way off. Oh my god. I thought it was like some kind of trick question. I was like, I better go high. Probably a lot higher than we think.
So out of 200, that's what?
200,000.
Yeah, 200,000 servers, that's 200 and something running 1.8.
No, it'd be more than that. It'd be 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, somewhere around there.
Still, math's not my strong point. Aubni, why didn't you save me there? Aubni's listening live in chat, guys.
He's doing the percentage right now.
Awesome.
For those who don't know, Aubni teaches math.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
So whenever we do math in front of Aubni, he cries a little on the inside.
Yeah, so thinking about that, right? Like this 1.8 we hear about all the time is like most servers are still on 1.8 because the community has completely split or Mojang destroyed the game. People can't even update to newer versions. 1.19 on the other hand. You got guesses quickly, Jimbo? How many servers, what's the percentage of servers on 1.19?
1.19. Let's go 70 again.
Duds?
It's got to be 90, right?
No, it's not quite. It's 35.8%.
Oh,
I win that one.
But it's still high, significantly higher than 1.8.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, this is a very vocal minority, and there's a lot of hyperbole, a lot of exaggeration about how Mojang destroyed the game after they changed combat, and most servers are still on 1.8. Those are just false. It's not real. And so in the same way, I think we look at chat reporting, and we might be able to assume the same thing, especially because a lot of the groups that are saying this about 1.8 are the same people who are saying this about chat reporting. There's a lot of overlap there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 100%. It's a generalization. But yeah, I think that it's just a vocal minority. And to be honest, I think probably most players don't care. They don't care. They just want to make silly houses with their silly friends. That's what I saw on Twitter the other day from somebody.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
You know, they just want to have fun and play the game. They're not worried about being reported for chat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and not to bring us back to the chat reporting thing again, but if you look at a lot of these like petitions and, you know, videos and stuff like that, they're coming from groups that are very political and might not even play Minecraft. In fact, one of the petitions is done by this very political group. We don't have to get into it, but it's like, this is not a Minecraft discussion. This is a political discussion. And so it becomes like, how many people are like mad about this who don't even play Minecraft? They're not even part of the community.
Right.
So I think that there's definitely, there are concerns with combat. There's concerns with like chat reporting, but I think it's just a vocal minority. And so when I look at like, what is 1.20 going to be? I don't think it'll be combat just because I don't think that it's like a big priority. It'll be cool, but that's kind of my thought on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like persuading influencers out there that always, tries to influence.
Everyone begged for a cave update. We got it for 3 updates in a row.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
We got more than one update. We got 3 cave updates.
Yep. Anyway, like when it came to chat, when I first heard chat come out, I know we're backtracking a little bit. I did not like it because I thought it was going to be a bunch of bots constantly reading and going over stuff. When you see how it's going to be implemented, yeah, no one's going to care about this. Someone will probably get accidentally banned. Hopefully the appeal service works the way it says it's going to, and it's a quick overturn. If it's not a quick overturn, that's when we're going to start to have to worry about stuff and be like, hey, Mojang, step it up, get that guy another person in the closet.
Yeah.
But until then, yeah, it looks fine.
You know what I'd love to see is when a report is triggered by a player, in that interface where they get to select the category and choose which messages get sent in the report, I wish that there was also an option that was opt-out to also send the report to the server.
That would be nice.
And the reason for that, yeah, the server staff can now see the report and they can act on it immediately. Because otherwise, like if we're waiting on Mojang and Mojang just has one guy in a closet and it takes them 3 months to respond to a report, then the player, like they get disenfranchised, they get disappointed and frustrated, they leave the server, like nothing is done. Whereas if it can go to the server staff, maybe they can handle it before Mojang has to, and then Mojang doesn't have to really worry about it if they can see that it was handled, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, I 100% agree. That should be a thing. All right, so if it's not going to be a combat inventory update, quick guesses. I know a lot of people keep throwing out the end update. I'm 100% against an end update.
100%?
100% against an end. I think there's bigger things that need to be fixed in the game than the end. As of just recently playing around in the end, I still like the end.
I feel like there's more that could be added to the end.
There's always can be more added to everything. It's just, is it what the game needs?
Yeah, but the end, definitely. I wouldn't mind an end update. You know, I think I mentioned that before, but I still think that they're going to, this could even be a Caves and Cliffs Part 4 coming at us, because I feel like we're going to see what's in that dimension, that portal, like where the warden's at, the frame that is not a portal but is a portal. I think it's a portal, and we're going to see what's in there, either the next update or the one after, my opinion.
I'm about 35.8% against an end update, give or take.
It's more specific, but not 100.
Yeah, not 100. I don't want an end update because I don't like Mojang getting into the habit of updating existing things.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like, maybe kind of along with what you're saying, Jimbo, I'd like to just see more things added in that are new.
Mm-hmm.
Like this new dimension portal from the ancient cities. I'd be down with that.
Mm-hmm. It's like a blank slate. You know, what's it going to be? What's in there? What kind of mobs? What kind of terrain generation? They could start from scratch, and I think that would be pretty exciting.
They did also hire King B-Dogs.
That's what I said!
Yeah. He made Ether, right?
Yeah.
And if we go back, so like Ulraf, he said that I think he said the LA or the Warden, one of these was the first mob that he started work on back when he first joined the company. And he joined the company around 2 years ago, and he started working on that. And now it's released. So that's been like 2 years on one thing that he's been working on. King B-Dogs joined the company at about the same time. So if they hired him and it had anything to do with the Ether and they're bringing him on, we would be at a point now where we might see a King B-Dogs inspired something released.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I entertain that idea. I'm like, what if King B-Dogs was brought on for a new dimension? You know, because he did so well with the Ether. And yeah, that was one of my takes was, you know, possibly. Not saying, I mean, he's talented either way, you know, not just for this Ether, but.
I'm saying I believe King B-Dogs was the architect of the Deep Dark and ancient cities.
Yeah. Maybe his part's already done.
Maybe. Or this could be the...
more to come.
Yeah, the introduction to the big part, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, inventory, stairs, slabs, please.
That's another big one people were asking for. Concrete stairs and slabs.
Oh, I'd be down for that.
I mean, it is practical. You know, I mean, you see concrete stairs everywhere.
Yeah, we always ask whenever we have a dev on, and they always give us the same answer, that it stumps creativity. And I always let them have that. Like, that's a stupid answer.
Take this, developer.
I'm clipping that. I'm going to send it to all of them.
Oh, I'm sure they've already heard it.
Yeah, they said they get tired of hearing it, I think.
Yeah, they do.
They're like, oh, it's all we hear.
It kind of feels like it's being held back just out of spite.
Maybe.
I would hope that that's not it. But yeah, they need to be, like Jimbo says, concrete stairs and slabs are real things in real life. Very common real things in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, though, we don't see like pink or magenta concrete stairs in real life. So
right, that's true.
This is true.
But they have paint.
I would say probably in Latin America you could find some.
Oh, New Mexico for sure.
There we go. See?
Pink everywhere.
That being said, I do have to cut it short because we're running late. We might not even be able to get to the main topic today. That was a fun one. So I want to try to hurry this on.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. Thank you guys so much for those comments. Those comments were from our Discord, where you can talk to everyone who works on the show easily. Just take paragraph 8's word for it.
Hey there, I'm Para, and if you're enjoying the show and wish to get involved in the conversation, head over to the Withering Effect Discord. It's the best place to give your opinions on the topics discussed on the show, and who knows, you could even be mentioned on a future episode. Follow the link in the show notes and join today.
Thanks for the Discord ad, paragraph 8. And speaking of the Discord, it's the only place you can get involved in your Mending Minecraft vote. This week, we asked you to choose between one of 3 mobs for us to discuss and improve. Your choices were, bat. Everyone picked bat.
Yeah, bat with 34 votes. No drum roll.
Yeah, no drum roll.
Yeah, it was between the bat, shulker, and mason. And the bat, it was a
clear runaway.
It was a landslide. Yeah.
Even though we talked about the bat last week.
Yeah, we brought up the bat quite a few times and, talking about like mobs that need fixed. And here it is.
Mm-hmm.
We got it for Mending Minecraft. To start, I'll say a few things about the bat. A bat is a flying ambient passive mob that spawns in the overworld at light level of 3 or less on opaque blocks below layer 63. Bats are small, less than a block tall and wide. They squeak randomly. They often fly around aimlessly, tending to favor the east, didn't know that, and sometimes fly into lava and catch on fire. Pretty sure we've all seen those.
Yep.
Bats hang upside down on the underside of solid blocks while idle. If a player approaches a bat hanging upside down, even if the player is invisible, it flies away. Bats do not drop any items or experience upon death. And that is all for the bat.
Okay, so last week we talked about using bat wings as a drop to texture the elytra. I still love that idea. I love being able to customize things in Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
So like phantom wings, elytra wings, dragon wings, being able to combine those to an elytra to give it some kind of custom texture is very cool. I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but in the facts, it said guano is a great fertilizer.
Guano.
You pronounce it right.
Yes.
Because I watched Ace Ventura.
Oh, yeah.
Long time. Is that where you know it from?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Got that guano on your shoe.
That's where I knew it from. We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says it's a great fertilizer. So if that was a drop, yeah, if you were to like kind of have a bat cage where they kind of flew around and would have drops like that, and you could farm it and create fertilizer. We already have bone meal in the game, but this could kind of be another thing we could use. And then my big change would be if you attacked a red-eyed bat, it would create a vampire pillager. It would transform into a vampire pillager.
That's wild.
I mean, if the bat attacks a village.
No, if you attack the bat.
Oh, okay.
You have to attack the bat. Because everyone tries to kill the bat to get the bat head.
Mm-hmm.
But if you attacked one that had red eyes, it would turn itself into a vampire pillager and obviously attack you.
And what does the vampire pillager do?
He wants to suck the blood.
Sucks your blood.
It counts.
I kind of figure an effect a lot like Withering, the Withering effect. But yeah, it just slowly drains some hearts after it hits you. So with it, that's all I got. I'm keeping it short this week. I think those are good ideas for especially a mob that does nothing.
I mentioned a long time ago about some kind of sonar drop. We know bats are blind. They kind of use echolocation. And in the game, we kind of have this sonar ability. When we ring the bell, we can see pillagers through walls, and we kind of know where our villagers are at. It kind of gives you...
Real quick, I'm gonna say this because someone's gonna put it in the Discord. Bats aren't blind.
They have eyes. They have eyes.
They have very good sight.
But they're in darkness. They have echolocation.
They can just see very good in the dark, too.
I'm glad you used that disclaimer, though, because, I was probably going to have it after that.
we missaid something last week, and I saw it get posted twice. And I was just like, okay.
It's funny.
But besides that, I would like to have them drop some kind of ability to maybe make a potion like a sonar potion. Like a 30-second, you could see mobs through walls within, 4 or 5 chunks away, something like that. I always like that idea.
Well, it'd have to be within your render distance.
Yeah, even less than that. Let's to not make it as OP. Even that, because bats are hard to hit too.
They are.
Yeah.
I'd like to go in a little bit of a different direction.
Okay.
Than the two of you guys.
Okay.
And I would say I like the fact that the bat does nothing. And the way to improve the bat is to add more mobs that also do nothing. And if you have more ambiance, if you have more of that, then it improves the bat in that way. Because I don't think we need everything to do everything. And I would say, like, let me give an example of a mob that does nothing that could be added. I just had this idea, like literally right now, but it's the summertime. I would totally love it if Mojang added fireflies to the game. Like they would do nothing,
He said the thing. Yeah. No, 100% agree. More ambiance is well needed.
Yeah.
One of the general rules we have for minning Minecraft is we can't create anything new. A couple times we break it because it does get really hard to fix some of the stuff in Minecraft.
Okay.
But yeah, no, ambient mobs I would love to see owls in the game.
Yeah.
Even if they just sit there and hoot at night.
Yeah. All right. I'll rephrase my answer then. You fix bats by fixing shulkers, okay? And since that was the other option. And shulkers, now they shoot bats.
Okay.
Oh.
That's how you fix bats.
Infinite flight.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the idea of more ambient mobs.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the shulkers shooting bats.
It just become a meme. Even the lunchbox hates bats. All right, we do have a few minutes. Let's talk about our main topic. So you work a lot with Geyser and Bedrock. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, yes. Let's rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Yeah, so I do. I really enjoy working with Geyser. And Geyser is a third-party plugin, essentially. And there's a number of other services that Geyser includes, as well as a plugin called Floodgate. Mm-hmm. What Geyser does is it allows Bedrock players on console, mobile devices, and Windows 10 to join Java servers. So you have a Java server that's running Paper or Spigot, and you install Geyser on it. You do a little bit of setup, and now Bedrock players can join your server.
Nice.
That's so cool.
Yes, it's amazing. There are some downsides. There's some limitations, but it is definitely incredible. And I love being able to have players join me while they're on PlayStation, or I have got a Switch Lite, and I'll just like lay in bed in the middle of the night, and I'll just pull up my phone or my Switch Lite and join my own server and just like run around and do stuff. I don't prefer that, but it's nice when I'm on the go,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gone for 5 days on this work trip, and I just can't pack up my computer, my desktop. I don't have a laptop to bring, but yeah, an Xbox or something like that would be pretty simple to haul around.
Or your phone. Join on your phone.
Yeah, even my phone.
Yep.
Pretty convenient.
I was going to say, didn't you get your son's a Switch? You just yoink it for the week.
Yeah, Switch. Switch would be good.
There you go.
He's got Minecraft on there.
I have a Switch. I don't have Minecraft for the Switch. I have Dungeons for the Switch. And I've thought about it just because it would be so nice to be able to just pick up the Switch and do like the menial tasks I have to do. Like I got to chop a bunch of mangrove wood now. Just lay in bed and do that instead of having to get up and get on the computer.
Yep.
Right.
Nice.
It's great. There's definitely some limitations, like I said, but it overall is pretty good. But like as an example, on some of the clients that I work for, that we have the servers set up with custom textures, and the Bedrock players join, they do not get those custom textures. So they won't be able to see the custom items
Oh.
That's supposed to be changed in the future. So a future update to Geyser will address that. And actually, they mentioned it in their most recent announcement that they're making that available. But it's currently not available. So one of those limitations.
Now, what if I'm on Java and want to join a Bedrock server? Does Geyser give you that
No,
that option as well?
it does not.
Okay.
The way that Geyser works on a very shallow technical level, the way that Geyser works is when a player joins on Bedrock, Geyser takes it sees that they've joined on Bedrock and it fakes that they've joined on Java.
Mm.
So it makes the server believe that the player actually joined with a Java account, and then it connects them in. So there's one thing that Geyser can do, which is linking accounts, and this is what I have. So I have a Bedrock account and I have a Minecraft Java Edition account. I've linked them together at geysermc.org where you can do the linking. I've linked them together, so when I join a server on my Bedrock account, it believes that it is my Java account. So it's using that same inventory, skin, like it does all of those things, and it remembers who I am as if I was my Java account.
Sweet.
So that's kind of how that works. It does not work in the opposite direction, though.
Okay. Now, the parity's pretty much on par. You're playing Java at this point.
Yep.
Awesome.
Wait, so that means the fancy bridging ability gone.
Well, okay, so there are some things. Are you talking about like pointing forward?
Yeah.
With like you don't have. Yeah, so like some stuff like that you still can do.
Oh.
And actually you can still do so Bedrock has a further reach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For placing and breaking blocks. So you still get that as well.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So like some of the things are just like what the client does, and the server just interprets that.
Amazing.
It's nice though. And they just had their 3rd birthday.
Geyser did?
Yeah.
Surprised I'm hearing about this now.
I knew there was something, because I've heard of a few SMPs where it was Bedrock and Java combined, and I was wondering how they were doing it. So I knew there was something. I just didn't know what it was called. I'd never been on an SMP that even remotely thought of doing something like that.
Yeah.
Apparently you guys didn't listen to my podcast episode where I talked with the guy who was talking about it. Tisk, fellas.
No, we definitely missed that.
Tisk. Yeah. CubeCraft, one of the big Bedrock servers. They're actually involved with the Geyser team and help them out over there.
Nice.
You have to check that out.
I've heard the name CubeCraft.
Yeah, so I think it's really cool. I'm really excited for Geyser's future development. Right now, I think some of the limitations, they put me back just a bit, like the textures. Like I said, like this week, I've been all about these custom models. None of that shows up when a Bedrock player joins. They don't see any of the custom models that I created or added. So like things like that aren't possible. And then there's also some weirdness with the recipe book and stuff. So I would love to see it continue to improve. But my philosophy is if I want to see something improve, then I join in it and I use it. And then I give feedback to help it improve, right? I don't just sit on the outside and complain about it, but I actually, I want to get involved and help it improve. So that's why I use Geyser. And it was their 3rd birthday 2 days ago. They've got a lot of updates coming. This is not like a sales pitch, but I highly recommend people check it out and just like get involved and help support that because it's very, very, very cool.
It just shows how behind we are.
Yeah.
Geyser's on 3-year birthday. We announced 1.19 pre-release 5 earlier. We're just so behind. But I think we're catching up.
Yeah. In our defense, the Bedrock side of the community is not an area we explore very often, which is why when this was brought up as a topic, I got excited.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of Bedrock listeners too, so I'm sure they're happy to hear about this as well.
There's a lot of Bedrock players out there, just in general,
There are.
Mm-hmm. Majority.
Especially in other countries outside of North America and Europe, South America, India, South Korea. Like there's a lot of countries where it's mostly Bedrock players. Yeah, so it's super interesting seeing where these communities exist, but it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I will say as well that like Bedrock is nice, but I've tried running a Bedrock server before, and it is severely underdeveloped as far as the server software goes.
I have heard that.
So being able to use, I mean, it's like even having some basic, I don't think that the ban command even existed until maybe a year and a half to 2 years ago. Maybe even sooner than that. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was running my own Bedrock server, like I couldn't even ban anybody if they were being bad. So there's a lot that is lacking on the server software side of things. So for servers, like they have basically two options when it comes to Bedrock if you want to run a server. You either have to be able to get the resources to build the stuff yourself and be like a partner server, like those huge servers that have tens of thousands of players on at a time, or you need to use Java, paper, server software, and then Geyser, which sits on top of that so that Bedrock players can join. So you're not really running a Bedrock server at that point. You're running a Java server. But it just gives you all of those admin tools that you need to run a proper server.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you run into a lot of issues.
It's a good idea.
I'm excited to see it move into some of the YouTuber realm, to see some Bedrock YouTubers. I don't want to say clashing, but merging with the Java players. To see that would be really fun. Even if it's just like limited run series, kind of like how they have all these offshoots of other SMPs. That would be fun. I'd like to see that.
You could do that, right? Like you could have multiple groups of YouTubers that wanted to start an SMP. Half of them are on Bedrock, half are on Java, but it doesn't matter. Like they can still join their SMPs together and be one thing. That could be really cool.
It could be.
Yeah.
But I think we're on time. We're about 10 minutes over what Carl usually allows.
He'll edit it down.
But we have a guest. He's going to enjoy listening and editing this. I am sure of it. But before I have Jimbo read us out, I want to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who are supporting the show. Our milk level patrons are Aerington, Aubni, BoboPlaysGames, Crock, FragileRock, JesseW's, Loki, and viperoustuna. If you two would like to get access to exclusive benefits and hours of extra content each month, please consider joining at patreon.com/thewithering effect.
And if you like the show, you can share it with all of your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, rate and follow us so you never miss a future episode. If you listen on Apple Podcasts, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps the show reach more listeners. If you'd like to get in contact with us, send an email to podcast@thewitheringeffect.com. Tweet us, leave a voice message, or join our Discord, or you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you, Jimbo and myself, but also our special guest, Stiffler. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and coming back to the Withering Effect.
It is my honor.
Yes, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
No, the honor is all ours.
Yes, it is.
As long as your frog doesn't try to eat me, we're good. But let's also not forget about our digital producer, Carl, making sure the show ends up where it should be, and the amazing music you hear throughout the show is created by the one and only Decoy. Everyone's social media info can be found in the show notes. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for getting withered with us. You should probably go drink your milk now. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
And I just started cracking up because Stifflered said bye like 5 seconds later than everyone else.
Sorry.
I just thought that was so funny. No, we could definitely push those together.